Any question you would like to ask?
Master?
Yes.
I've been using crystals and rocks to heal my chakras, and it's part of the New Age movement in the United States. And I was wondering if it's a good thing to do or is it not a good thing to do?
You are using crystals and rocks for what?
You put them on your chakras, like your heart chakra, to open yourself up to love. You use rocks to do it.
And you use them to open your love to them? To rocks?
No, you take, let's say, a rose quartz rock, and they make it. They carve the rock out, the rose quartz, and you're supposed to put it on your heart chakra. And what it does is it opens yourself up to be able to love better.
Love whom?
Well, that's what I'm asking. I want to make sure I'm
No,
on
but
the...
you are doing it. You should know it. What you are doing.
If I knew what I was doing, I wouldn't need to ask.
Unless you knew it, so why are you doing it? I don't understand.
I think I'm on the right track.
Then continue.
Thank-
If it is helping you.
It's helping me.
Because you see, if you know what you are doing and if you think it is helping you, in what way I don't know, but then there's no harm in doing it.
Okay, all right.
Helping to love whom?
Well, I want to love the Master.
And how does the Master comes in that rose or the rock or the crystal? I don't know. That is your media to reach the Master?
I think sometimes that I need all the help I can get to reach the Master.
So from the dead thing, you want to reach the living things.
Well,
Through the dead, you want to reach to the living.
more and more I'd rather just forget the whole thing.
You see, the very concept is very strange. We are trying to reach the Father through Christ, who is no more, who is under the ground as far as his body is concerned. And we say we cannot reach God because he is not living. And you are trying to prove the same thing, that you can reach someone living through the stone and the crystal.
Well, I think my husband will be happy to hear that this
Any such thing can happen in America. I'm sorry to give these compliments because I receive so many such funny letters. It hardly makes sense to me. And when I read them, I don't understand whether I have not read correctly or they have not been able to explain me all this. Then I say, how can such an advanced nation, who are head of everything in this world, they can believe in such things and can dabble in such things? But they do.
Thank you.
You see, heart, I mean, how can they stimulate that love? That rocks and crystals can stimulate that love in you.
I guess they felt like they were making me love more. I would take the rock to bed with me and just hold on to
In
it.
spite of the fact you are married.
Maybe. I think I came here to save my marriage from the rocks.
These things don't make sense to me, sister. I'm sorry to say such strong words, but they don't make any sense to me.
Thank you very much.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
I would like you to comment on or clarify what is meant by unforgivable sin.
Unforgivable sin?
Yes.
Well, brother, any sin which stands in our way to the Father is unforgivable. Anything we do to keep us away from the Father is unforgivable.
But will that imply that I'd have to take a second birth or another birth?
You see, there are certain attachments which they just fade out during the span of our life. They become meaningless to us after certain stage, after certain life. Certain time. But there are certain attachments which make such a deep roots, deep groove on our mind that in spite of our best efforts, we cannot get rid of them. And for that life, they become unforgivable sins. They are bound to bring us back to this creation. We have got bound to clear them in the next birth, or by meditation in the next birth. Many sins we commit during this present life are taken care of by our daily meditation. And they just fade out. They just wash, you can say. But there are certain deep grooves are made in our mind, and we get so obsessed with them, in spite of our meditation, we can't get rid of them, and they definitely pull us back to this creation. I've said many times that meditation, even spiritual progress to some extent to our advantage, to our credit. But if we have deep attachments to certain objects, certain living objects, living faces in this world, they may bring us back to this creation. On the other hand, we may not have even made much progress at all. Hardly any meditation to our credit, but we are not attached to anybody. Anything in this creation may not bring us back to this creation. Christ said, if you love your father, mother, relations, so many things he said, more than me, that you cannot become me. That if you are attached to them more than me, then you cannot become worthy of me. And unless you become worthy of me, you cannot become worthy to become one with the Father. Because you are so attached to them. And those attachments are definitely going to pull you back to this creation. He says, when you will become me, you will come unto me and I'll come unto you. And you will become me, then you will become the Father. So those are the unforgivable sins during this span of life which are going to keep us tied down to this creation or bring us back to this creation.
Well, I really don't know what's going to happen to me. I mean, I don't see any change really over the last 20 years, or within recent years that convinced me that I'm going to be free from this creation, which is my hope.
Well, brother, if you sit on judgment on yourself and start analyzing how much you have been able to detach yourself, how much you are still attached to them, you so become obsessed with this sort of analyzing And this sort of giving judgment on yourself, that you become a part and parcel of that obsession. This part you have to leave it to the Father, to some other being to judge. You have just to do your best and then let Him see where your attachment lies, whether they at all become meaningless or meaningful to you at the time of death, or how much you are attached to them, or how much you are able to come out of them by the time of your death. You can't analyze these things every day. This is not something what we can calculate. Because if we go on starting and thinking every day about them, then we are consciously, unconsciously, we are always, becoming aware of those things. And they are unconsciously attaching us more and more to them. We don't let our mind forget those things. We should leave this to Father. And we have to just present ourselves to Him, whatever we are, after doing our best. And let Him deal with such things.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
I'd like to thank you for bringing me to India and thank you for initiation. I also have heard that Spiritual Letters is coming out in a new edition, and I'm wondering when will that happen?
Sister, you mean that the shortage of spiritual letters, new edition hasn't come yet?
I haven't seen the new edition.
Vrinder should know it better. I don't know.
ट्रांसलेट करवाने हैं बाबा जी के परमार्थी पत्र वापस पूरे कंप्लीट
Oh, you see, the spiritual letters, first part, the letters of Babaji Maharaj to the great master are not in detail. Actually, that book was written quite in haste, because when I came to in service to the Dera in 51, Miss Silgar was very anxious to know Babaji Maharaj's letter written to Hudur Maharaj Ji. And Professor Jagmohan Lal used to translate them into English. And we had one man knowing Punjabi very well, and I also used to be part of it. And actually I also read them thoroughly then, not before. So there are many repetitions. Many things we thought there's no use of translating it. Only the gist which concerns a satsangi or which can be useful to a satsangi, leaving aside many things personal, only those extracts were taken from those letters. Very little extracts. And they were printed in haste. Because she was so anxious to share with her other fellow beings, fellow satsangis in America. So after that, nobody bothered to translate them in detail. Now, since all those letters have been printed in all other languages, verbatim, word by word, whether they are repetitions, whether the personal matters are there, but people are interested in every little word written by Babaji Maharaj, whether they understand it or not, whether it concerns them or not. So there is so much demand, and in that very language they want to know, they want to hear, whether they know Punjabi or not. It has been printed in Hindi, but language of Punjabi, printed in Gujarati, language of Punjabi. In that way, they want to rightly want to know the in language, you see, in which it's used to be, you have been written. But the script is Hindi, script is Gujarati, script is other Sindhis and all that. Similarly, there are many requests that at least they should be verbatim translated into English. And in translation we lose that depth, that beauty of expression. Every language has its own beauty, own depth, own way of expression. That love, that devotion which exists between the writer, the one whom the letter is being written. So we have taken that project in hand, and it is a huge task, because whatever the translation comes, we should know that beauty is not there, the depth is not there, that expression is not there. It is just in English, it's just a verbatim translation. But how to get that love, how to get that depth, how to get that beauty of language into English? Some say it should be a free translation, some say it should be a verbatim translation. So, on the whole, this is just rejected when it comes by the publication committee. So I don't know when it will be printed, but they are on the job.
Master, how may we learn from that book? How may we be inspired by that book?
That I can't say. It depends upon the individual. You see, it depends upon the individual. Because to a new seeker, he may not understand anything at all. It may be very meaningless to him. When this Satsanga was built, when this well was built, and what was the wages at that time to the laborers, it's meaningless to him. It's only more a history. And sometimes it's full with spirituality, some letters, and something is just between master and the disciple, in the making of the master. Even we don't understand some letters which Maharaji could understand when he received, because it is in answer to his letters to Babaji Maharaj, which we don't have. Maharaji kept those letters. He said, this is my spiritual book. For me, this is my holy Granth. Babaji's letter has all the wealth what I need in this world of spirituality. I don't need any Granth. I don't need any book of any holy man. All what I want is these letters, because they are full what I want to know. For him it was okay. And many things which Maharaji could understand when he received the letter, because we don't have Maharaji's letter to Babaji Maharaj. They are written in answer to his letter. So we don't know how much advantage an average person can make out of it. But it is also depicts the history of that time, history of the Dera at that time, and relationship of a guru and the disciple who's going to take his place, and that bond of love and depth between them, and how much Babaji is interested even in his family matters, and how much Maharaji has faith in him. So this is, we can all take advantage. It depends upon an individual what type of advantage he can get out of them. But I can't generalize how much a Satsangi on the whole can take advantage of it.
Thank you, Master.
Hello, Master. It's very nice to see your beautiful face again, and thank you very much for allowing myself and my family to be here. My question is, what is devotion to Nam, and how can I have more?
Sister, devotion to Nam is attending to our duty. You see, we have an object of life that we have to keep before us, that we like to achieve during this span of life. This human birth is given to us to achieve that object. That is the reality and beauty of this human birth. And that can only be achieved by meditation. And that is Nam. And how much we are conscious of our duty, how much we are in love of duty, how much we are anxious to go back to the Father, that is devotion to Nam. How much we are devoted to Father, how much we are restless to become one with Him, that is devotion to Nam. Nam and Father is one and same thing. Christ says, Word is God. Word is God. There is no difference between God and Word. So, Nam is Word. So, devotion to God, devotion to Nam is come in the same thing.
Thank you, Master.
Maharaji. I've got a question about sleeping and doing Simran. No? When I like to sleep, it's often very difficult to when I like to sleep, it's often difficult to sleep while trying to do Simran, and that struggling keeps off the sleep. My question is what to do about it, and which is more important, trying to sleep or trying to do Simran?
Sleep.
Sleep. Yeah.
First thing first. Because that is the sleeping time, and if it helps you to sleep, then you do Simran. With some people, it helps them to sleep, especially those who have insomnia and all that. And if they do Simran, they go to sleep at once. But the object at that time to do Simran is to eliminate all other thoughts of our daily activities, of our life, and to think something nobler and higher, and to get sleep at once.
Yes, but doing Simran is very hard to do it at the same time. It's a little bit opposite to me.
Then don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
No.
You have a different time for meditation.
Yes.
Do at that time.
And if the Simran, I don't do Simran. I don't do it, of course, but the Simran comes to me. I cannot. I am obliged to do Simran.
What induces you to sleep?
What are you saying?
What induces you to sleep at that time?
What I do for sleeping?
What induces you to sleep at that time?
Sometimes doing some exercise or.
All right, do exercise.
Yes.
Main thing is to sleep at that time.
Yeah.
And whatever helps you, make advantage of it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Master, I'll try to make this as simple as possible, but the gentleman earlier talked about attachment, and about 8 years ago I heard in satsang about unconditional free will, that we really don't have any free will, and then the example used was a child born in Russia and raised by a family there, and a child born in America and raised there will grow up learning to think different things and act different ways. Therefore, their free will is conditional to that. Well, I was born in California, and I was born in what we call in America a dysfunctional family. My father was a very bad alcoholic. Because of that, I have learned I'm very obsessed with certain things, with people, for instance, my fiance. And I'm now beginning to wonder, knowing that because of the deep grooves in my mind from childhood, maybe from past lives, which made me come into this family, that maybe I have no free will to let go of these attachments and give my attachment to the Master, and therefore I am bound again to come back and slowly work these attachments off. Is that question clear about, do I have the free will to let go of these deep-rooted attachments?
Brother, you are trying to analyze a thing.
Yeah.
But that analyzation, analyze the situation doesn't help you to get out of it.
I realize
The
that.
thing which helps you to get out of it is meditation.
So I shouldn't really think in terms of I have free will or I don't have free will.
No, you don't have to think about those things at all.
Okay.
You have to attend to your meditation. It automatically helps you to detach yourself
Okay.
from everything.
Thank you very much.
Master, thank you very much for enabling me to come and see you for the first time. My sons and brothers at home are also requesting you to enable them to come. My question is that I have so far received replies from you two replies to the effect that I should be buying meat for my people at home who are not such Sanjis. But of late, my wife is on diet, and I would think that I should abandon buying meat for my children. Whereas she still thinks that you should continue giving meat to the children. I want to get it from you, Master, that should I continue buying meat for my children, or should I now start educating them so that they may also come up to...
Well, brother, if you can lovingly explain to children, both husband and wife are together, to influence the children, then you can help them to become vegetarian. If wife is pulling in one direction, husband is pulling in another direction, then you have to come to one point, what do you want to do with the children? They shouldn't get conflicting views from the parents.
Thank you very much.
Brother Samuel,
Yes, brother.
a sister from Greece asks me to ask you if she is permitted to accept Holy Communion from an Orthodox Christian priest. You see, she receives strong criticism that she has renounced her religion, and the strongest proof for that is that she is no longer receiving Holy Communion from the priest. Is she permitted?
Well, brother, this is just a ceremony. It hardly is going to change our attitude towards the Lord. It's just a ceremony.
It contains a little wine. It has a little priest uses a small spoon.
Is it an excuse for the priest to drink it or what?
I don't know, but unless
How much percentage of alcohol is there?
a small spoon, little bread and wine in it, only that, with little water in it.
In these homeopathic medicine, how much percentage of alcohol is there?
Minimum.
So this is also very minimum.
Does he have your permission?
I have no objection. You see, if in family tradition one has to do it. Instead of being ridiculed in a family or in a community, or becoming miserable, or question of fighting with everybody, what is the harm in going through such meaningless ceremony?
Thank you, Maharaj.
Why come in conflict with them if a little thing can please them?
Master, I bake cakes with eggs for a living.
Pardon?
I bake cakes with eggs for a living. And they've told me I must do my Simran when I do this baking and stirring. I want to know, do I add some more komas?
You mean you add eggs to your cake?
Yes.
What for?
to bake them for the wealthy people.
You're selling cakes or what?
Yes, I sell the cakes.
Naturally, sister, when you are preparing to sell them, then naturally you are adding to your karmas.
Thank you, Master. What can I do?
Don't add eggs to the cake. Or find some other profession.
Thank you, Master.
Yes, please.
You have initiated, I believe, over 1 million disciples. I was wondering, is there anything special in the times that, as a result, since probably all the Satgurus before you have initiated, put together, less than you have initiated?
Well, brother, I can't say. I don't know how many I have initiated. There's nothing to compare with anybody. You see, the seed of a bird tree is very small. But when it is sown, it's a very small tree, it comes out. Then slowly and slowly, when it is nourished, it's watered, it grows, it becomes very big banyan trees. While its seed is very, very small. So seed has been sown by Swamiji Maharaj, Babaji Maharaj. So if it is becoming a banyan tree, it is not for those to take any credit who nourish it, who look after it. The credit goes to the one who has sown that seed.
And it doesn't mean that there is anything different happening in the world that so many people are now getting initiated?
No, nothing to do with it.
Thank you, Maharaji.
Yes, please.
Master, since I was initiated, I feel much love inside. And 2 days ago, Professor Bhatnagar was talking about holding that love inside. And my question is, do you share the love with other people, or do you hold it inside?
What type of love you feel and which you would like to share and like to hold?
I feel peace and joy and happiness, and sometimes it just spills out to other people. And I'm much happier since I was initiated. And my question is that your love coming through me? I wasn't like this before.
You see, the love automatically reflects for the Lord, for the Master, through our deeds, through our actions, through our living. You don't have to go to announce your love. Well, you see, just blow trumpets of your love.
Say
it
that
should
again.
reflect through your actions, your deeds, your way of life. Your change of character now, your way of living, it should reflect in that way.
You answered my question. Thank you.
Master, if the books will never change anything, why does Master insist so often on daily reading of Sanmat books?
Pardon?
If the reading of books will never change anything, why does Master insist so often of the reading of Sanmat books?
Well, brother, reading of the books will not lead you anywhere, mean nearer to the path or nearer to the God. But what you read in the books, when you practice that will lead you towards the Father.
Okay, so
mere reading won't take you. But mere reading will satisfy your intellect, satisfy your ego, satisfy your questions, your doubts.
Okay.
And unless your intellect is satisfied, you will not be convinced about any philosophy at all. So from that point of view, reading of the books is very essential. And that is the purpose of these meetings. But these holding meetings or attending meetings is not leading us to the Father. What we learn in the meetings, to practice that will lead us to the Father. So in many religions it is a practice just to go on reciting the books one after the other, one after the other. Practically in every religion, they go on reciting that same book again and again, again and again, again and again, even without understanding what they are talking about, what they are reading about. They think probably it is giving them some spiritual benefit. That reading will not lead you anywhere. These books are only to dissolve our doubts, to create conviction in us, within us, the necessity to go back to the Father, to bring us in face with the reality of life, how to live in this world and yet be out of it. What is Shabad? What is Naam? Why should we be in touch with Shabad and Naam? Is there any other path which can lead back to Father? These all things we find in the books. All sorts of questions our mind had. And these books dissolve those doubts. So that is why they are essential to be read. But just mere reading of the books is not going to lead us back to the Father.
Thank you.
Maharaji, in the past, the ratio of disciples to the Guru was very small, which allowed easy access to the Guru on a daily lifestyle. For example, with Jesus the Christ, he only had 12 initiated disciples to be with him. Today, the Guru has many disciples, as the brother was just saying, possibly over 1 million now. My question is, what is the benefit of easy access to the external master?
Sister, either we should have a living master or we don't need any master at all for the worship of the God. You see, the main thing is that we have to go back to the Father. Now we cannot love someone whom we have never seen, whom we have never known. We have not seen the Father, we have not known the Father. How can we love someone whom we don't know, whom we have never seen? We love the worldly faces, the worldly object, the worldly things, because we live in them. Our parents have given us birth. Brothers and sisters have joined the same blood running in our veins. Wife, friends, we have association for so many years. Children, we have given ourselves birth to them. Our property, we have earned hard labor, or we have inherited them. So we love these things. Because we mix with them, we know them, we possess them. But the love of these things brings us back to the creation. Only the love of Father can take us back to the Father. So how can we love the Father whom we have never seen? So mystic says, we go to the company of the mystics or saints because they are sons of the Father. They have come from the Father. Being here in the flesh, they are one with the Father. We can only love someone who is in front of us, like us, and who can fill us with love and devotion for the Father, and who can lead us back to the Father. Only we can love them. If those mystics who have died long, long ago, even 1,000 years ago, they have become one with the Father. They are as far away from us as the Father himself. So why not worship them direct? Where is the necessity of those mystics, those mediums, for going back to the Father? Because they are in the same level for us now. Those past mistakes and the Father, they are at the same level for us now. So how can we love Father or love them now? Because they are as far away from us as the Father himself. So either there is no necessity of a Guru, or if we have a necessity of the Guru, it has to be at our own level. So we go to the living mystics.
So the purpose of the external master is to inculcate love, to develop love in the disciple.
Love for the disciple and lead us back to our Father.
What about the case of many of us in the West have received initiation without ever meeting the external master?
But the master is still in the flesh. He's there to guide them.
So if they need access to the external master, it's possible.
He's there to guide them.
In the West, there's a phenomenon now of people being interested in ascended masters. Ascended masters, masters who have not taken on a physical form. And there's a lot of channeling going on. Where,
you see, I have told you my reasoning. Why should we need a master at our level? But the history says we always prosecute the living and worship the dead.
Thank you very much, Maharaji.
Yes.
Now is it on? Yes. In giving massage, my experience is there's a certain amount of exchange of energy. My experience is when giving massage to people that there's a certain amount of exchange of energy. And I'm wondering if it's all right to do Simran during that time.
At what time, sister?
When giving massage or doing body work, working on people's bodies for relaxation, that kind of thing.
Why do you involve yourself with that body? You involve yourself with your profession.
Yes. And while
you just do your duty. Don't worry whose body is this may be.
Yes. And during this time, may I do Simran?
You can do whatever you like.
Is there any time that one is not to do Simran?
Especially in driving time.
In when?
When you are driving the car.
Yes, thank you.
Master?
Yes, please.
What practical steps can we take in our daily lives to build the strength of our willpower?
Brother, actually, meditation creates the willpower within us, strengthens the willpower within us. In no other way. It just makes our mind very strong. And it makes us very strong to face the events of our life. And we could go through the worst events of our life even smilingly. It's the only meditation which creates that confidence within us, gives us strength, makes us very hard to face those events of life.
But besides meditation, I mean, I know that that's what you would say, that that's always your answer, but in Spiritual Gems, I think Great Master says something about to build the strength of your willpower. If you want a glass of water, you should get the glass of water, set it on the table, and say, I will drink it after 5 minutes. Or I'm talking about these kinds of little things that we can build into our daily regimen.
Well, you can try it. If it helps you, it's good.
But is there anything that you would
can
recommend?
Fight with your mind, I'm not going to do it. Is the fight worth putting? How much we succeed, sometimes we'll succeed, sometimes we'll fail. But it's worth fighting.
But is the principle behind that when your mind wants something, to deny the mind that something?
That's right.
And so that is the way we build the strength of our willpower?
Yes, it is just a question of fighting with the mind. But we take a positive step. Instead of fighting with the mind, we attach it to the Shabad and Naam within. Then automatically it becomes higher mind, better mind, nobler mind. It loses interest in the worldly affairs, in worldly things. Those all worldly interests just fades away. Instead of fighting it not to give them those pleasures, it's better that those instincts just fades away from our mind by meditation. In whatever way you can control it.
Thank you.
Yes, please.
Master, has there ever been a woman saint who initiated and was well known?
Well, sister, we hear about Mirabai. There was another Sajobai. There may be many mistake saints. You see, many women mistake saints. Rababai was there, Rababasri. But as you know, in the world of men, they may not have mentioned them in the history. They may have gone unnoticed.
Thank you.
Maharaji?
Yes.
Once again, I have no problems. I'm happy. And no questions. In the United States, on December 12th, we celebrate the birthday of our saint, Maharaji Charan Singh. And I should like to cordially invite you to your own birthday party. And if Maharaji has previous commitments, we'll settle for his radiant form. So you please, you come. You are the head of our family. You know, you're the honored guest.
Well, brother, I have never celebrated my birthday, I can assure you. I always try to be at one place on my birthday. I generally move on and travel on.
I know.
So that I'm not at one place at all.
But especially...
And nobody makes a fuss about it.
Especially at that time, our thoughts are with you, so please you know that our thoughts are with you.
You see, I can't understand this celebration, the birthday of an old man who has completed 72. He looks ahead, not backwards. Birthday is for children. You see, I know you are a very advanced nations. How this birthday started, now it has become, now it is commercialized, more or less. Cards and so many things, you see, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's Day. I mean, these all commercializing things, Christ's birthday and Doomsday and God knows how many days are there. See, parents are always happy when they find their child have started crawling. Then they are very happy when they find their child has started standing, child has started stammering, child has started walking. So all these events are associated with the development of the child. So they celebrate those events or those years in which the child develops. After 6-7 years, when the child has grown and started going to school, it's meaningless to celebrate the birthday. Still you can justify till he stands on his own legs, gets married and settle in his own life and even forgets the parents.
Maharaji,
And at my age, when you see, when there is little is left to go to the grave and more is the past, what is there to celebrate? Just reminding a person, very little is left. And if you have forgotten it, please, we have come to remind you. And don't worry, I always constantly remind myself. So I won't give you opportunity to remind me at all. I don't need that opportunity.
But Maharaji, you always, in my eyes, you look so young and youthful. I see no old man. I see a young man.
But I have, you see, started standing and running and talking, don't worry. Standing on my own legs and looking after my own self. So I don't need any celebration for that at all.
But let me not.
But I won't like to be reminded of my end. I'm quite conscious of it always, don't worry.
But let me
Rather, I'm looking forward to it.
Let me not be accused of not inviting Your Grace. You are most cordially invited. Most cordially.
When my family sometimes try to make a fuss of it, I try to always explain them and they understand them. They don't make a fuss of it anymore. In India, people never used to celebrate birthday, but then they have started copying the West. So, you people also have corrupted our society. Rather have commercialized it. I start getting greeting cards from September till April. Can you imagine? Thousands and thousands of dollars are being just wasted. First comes Diwali in India. It's a celebrated, and everybody is fond of sending me the card. I assure you, I've never opened them. Professor opens them or not, I don't know. But I never open any greeting card of anybody. If I have to start that, every day 400-500 cards are there in my mail. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And then, you see, it starts coming Guru Nanak's birthday. Then it starts coming my birthday. Then Christ's birthday. You see, then some Valentine Day, I don't know what is that. Then some Easter Day I come. Then comes some Dussehra, I don't know, in Indian festivals. And such beautiful cards, you see, sometimes children open them, they play with them. And I say, why waste this money? I have many times, I have addressed in the meetings also. I say, please don't waste your money. Don't waste your energy and time on these things. They are meaningless. We are grown up now, you see, we are not children. That we have to remind ourselves. You see, these celebrations are all right for you people, where daughter is somewhere in Australia and boy is in New Zealand and the third daughter is in Spain. So mother wants to remind the children that I'm still living. Our families are just together. We don't have to tell each other that you are living or you are dead. You people just meet with these greeting cards. But we have other ways and means to know each other, and very often meet. We are all knitted families, giant families. So we don't waste, we shouldn't waste money on these things, but still we have also started doing the same thing, like you people.
We do one thing in America, and I think Maharaji will enjoy this. We have padlocks, combination padlocks for locking doors. And we can set the combination to whatever combination we want. And there are 4 rollers from 1 to 10. So everybody sets their padlock automatically without thinking, what's a good birthday? Maharaji's birthday, so we set it on 12-12, 1-2, 1-2. And I think in thousands of, such I know, several hundred, they all set their padlock for Master's birthday.
You will be surprised to know that when I got admission in the school, and the gentleman who went with me to the school to admit me in the school didn't know my birthday. The headmaster of the school asked him when I was born. He says, I don't know, you can write today. That very day was written as my birthday in the school register when I was admitted in the school. You can imagine how much importance our family gives to these birthdays. So my official birthday is that day. My real birthday is very different. On my passport you will find my birthday somewhere in August. I have to carry that because my all degrees, educational degrees is mentioned that very day of birthday. When I passed matric, first time the university gives a certificate of our qualifications, that we have passed the matriculation certificate. And I was probably the first in the family to pass that school certificate. I took the certificate to the great master. He read it. He says, your name is wrong, your birthday is wrong. I was surprised because I myself didn't know. He says, your name is not Charan Singh, your name is Harcharan Singh. And your birthday is not in August, your birthday is in December. Then he called Mr. Shadi, who was his most devoted disciple, who went with me to the school to register me there. He says, we all call him Channo, so I wrote him Charan Singh. And he says, I didn't know the birthday, so that very day I told him, right. So this is the importance given to the name and given to the birthday which you want to celebrate. Then I asked Maharaji, should I change all that? Because it's a very long process, you see, to change your name in the university and change your name, birthday in the university once it is registered there. Then Sardar Bhagat Singh was called. He was our family lawyer and family head and family advisor, you see. Everything Maharaji used to do after consulting him. He says, Maharaji, let it remain now because it's a very, very long and, you see, steady process. So Maharaji said, all right, now live with it. And I am living with that. So I don't know which birthday to celebrate now. My education birthday or my real birthday, I don't know. So I'm just, my purpose of telling you how much importance we give to these birthdays.
I just wanted that as an excuse to invite you, Maharaji.
But I won't be here even on that day.
That makes no difference. Well, you were invited. That's all. You're invited. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, please.
First of all, I want to say I hope you are feeling well. I want to ask, when I am doing Simran, when the Lord gives me the gift of Simran and it comes into my mind, a lot of times it goes really, I start repeating it really fast because I'm afraid it will leave my mind again. And I start breathing funny. And am I able to use my mind at all to keep the Simran going once the Lord gives me the gift? When you give me the gift of Simran in my mind, is my mind capable of keeping it going at all?
Sister, when you are sitting in meditation, then you should give your full attention in Simran. Whole of yourself should be in Simran. Whole mind should be in Simran. Not a fraction of mind should go out of Simran. That will give you better concentration. Because mind has the tendency to project in many ways, in many forms, in many thoughts. So you have to pull your mind into the Simran 100%. Then we succeed in concentration.
This happens though more when you give me the gift of Simran just in the middle of the day, or when I'm just out of nowhere, Simran comes to my mind.
Well,
one round of it, and I try to keep it going.
If you are mentally free, you can do it.
Is my mind capable of keeping that going? I mean, for more than just 1 or 2 rounds of Simran?
Sister, if you are mentally free, you can do it. But if you are occupied with some jobs, how can you do it?
Thank you.
Yes, please.
Radha-swami, Master.
Yes, please.
Is it okay to, when you're sitting down to meditate, when you're starting off to do Simran, is it okay to listen to the sound first, to put yourself into the mood? If the Shabd.
You mean when you are
starting with Simran, if just sitting down immediately for the first couple of seconds, is it okay to?
You can anytime switch on to hearing the sound. If the sound is pulling you,
yes,
and you think it is quite audible and pulling you,
yes,
you can switch on to hearing of the sound.
It's okay to
There's
listen
no ceremony
to the sound.
that you must do in Simran first, but Simran
Yes.
only helps us to concentrate better It doesn't mean that if sometimes the sound is too pulling, we have to do Simran first, and we cannot hear sound. That is nothing like that.
And it's okay also to listen to the sound for maybe 15 minutes just to put yourself in the mood.
Yes, why not?
And then do your Simran.
Yes, there's no problem.
Garuda Swami.